Blessings, Empress Vibrant here. Hey, Empress Vibrant here. Hope everybody is blessed. Welcome to your July 2021 reading. This is for Capricorn. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Just to let you know that this is a very general reading, so will not resonate with everyone. So take what does and leave what doesn't. Possibly check your sun, moon, and rising signs. Possibly one of the other signs might have a more accurate reading for you. If not, then come and check me back for a next reading. So, Capricorns. So what I've done is I've pre-shuffled and taken out the cards. I've asked what this month and beyond has for you. Although I say July, this is just a very general. So whenever you watch this video, it will be the time and not just subject to July. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. So going into your energy, Capricorn, one of the other signs had the same actual card, which was nothing will come of this situation. And for you, there was a different energy around it. There is something going on. I think there's a conflict happening. I feel as though there's something going on. There's like someone's having a Mexican standoff. There's silent treatment going on. Possibly I feel like you're wanting your own way in a situation. And I feel like possibly you're not getting what it is that you want. So you are given the silent treatment. Possibly you're complaining about the outcome of a situation. You're not happy with how things are going. So where it says nothing will come of this situation, I feel like nothing will come of throwing your toys out the pram. Nothing will come of you making excuses for your behavior. Treating people quite poorly, or just making a lot of excuses and being quite... For some of you, this is about not wanting to accept that you could do more or could have done more, or not necessarily wanting to own up to your part in the situation. So where it's all about nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of the situation if you are trying to redeem yourself or trying to manipulate the situation through your behavior. So be very mindful that if there's anything that you want, you must first be it. So if you want improvements in your relationships and within, the workplace, or with your projects, or with your business, with your family, with your friends, with your own health or your well-being, then you first need to be healthy. You first need to be loving. You first need to be cooperative. You have to be the first to communicate. You have to be open to all of these things that you are saying that you want in. So if you're wanting results, you're going to have to put in the work. You have to put in the extra effort. You can't just leave things to the last minute. You can't just skate through and assume that everything's going to be okay, because the situation will not go the way you want it. Nothing will come of this situation as you're going to be, if you're going to continue down this road where you feel justified and vindicated for certain behaviors, or for the fact that certain things have not gone your way, or not is going your way. So I say all of that because there's fast communication going on here. So I feel like it's really sharp communication. This is back and forth. This is wands are action cards. So when we're talking about the wands, we talk about eights, so we're talking about movement. So I feel like there is back and forth, fast energy around this. Wands are also fire energy. So we're talking about possibly dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius kind of energy. Possibly there's some harsh words going back and forth between yourselves. Possibly this could be around moving, traveling, Maybe that's what the communication's about. Maybe someone wants to move or to travel, or someone feels like they need to do this. Maybe they're in a situation where they feel like they need to be away from you. Possibly if you are, being quite harsh in nature, or you're not being as open or as fair as you possibly can be. Or possibly this is you feeling that somebody else is dealing with you in a way that is so harsh, and they're not even listening to your side of the story. They're being very blunt, and they're not really explaining themselves. So when you do have this communication, possibly it's like a to and fro, because you don't understand the stance that they're taking. It doesn't make any kind of sense to you. You're like, why are you behaving like that? Is this really necessary? I need to just pack up my stuff and go. I need to not be moving in this circle anymore. I need to, take control of my life and decide what I'm going to do next without you, or without this group of people, without this work, or without whatever it is that this is relating to. And then we've got the Five of Wands. Competition, strife, conflict. So again, like I said, there is some type of backing and forthing going on. There's fast communication, a lot of tit for tat, and it feels like. For some of you, this is like not taking responsibility, not looking at your actions in a situation, all because you're in some type of competition. What are you in competition for? All you have to do is make sure that you're playing your role and your position. Make sure that you're open to change, that you're open to being the change that you want to see. All of this tit for tat and all of this for some of you, this is competition. This is like you need to show somebody that you're above them, or somebody possibly could be trying to make you feel that you're underneath them in some type of way. And, this is where the issue is coming in. So if this situation, if you are the person in the situation that is causing these rifts, and you recognize that, actually I've been quite rigid, or I've been quite harsh in a situation, and realistically it's all because you are wanting to assert your dominance, or to be, to get what you want, so manipulate the situation with how you show up and, how you interact with others, then just know that the situation is not going to go anywhere. Nothing good will come out of it, because it's not the right energy to be working with. If you have a genuine gripe, or you have a genuine concern, then there are ways and means, and ways in which you can convey that message without it becoming manipulative, or without it becoming quite violent or dangerous, in a sense where it's silent treatment and it's manipulation and it's emotional withdrawal and things like that, that can actually really cause a lot of harm. Also, we have don't let your pride get in the way. Full moon in Leo. So again, some more fire energy. So I feel like there's a lot of things going on. I think you feel justified, vindicated, or whoever in this situation is feeling really justified and vindicated in what it is that they're saying, how they feel, because right now they've got their pride, and it's the pride that's allowing them not to just see the situation from a different perspective, not allowing themselves to be open to the fact that, there is another way of doing things. It doesn't have to be, your way or the highway. It can be a compromise, and there is ways in which to do it. So we also have, don't get your pride in the way. So when I was asking what the clarification of that, we've got the Six of Swords, escaping a situation. So it looks like we have people or yourself wanting to escape the situation, recognizing that there's something better. This can't be what life's all about. It can't be that I have to keep fighting with these people, that that I'm having to, I'm putting in all this work, or I'm doing the best I can, and still there's issues. And when we're dealing with our swords, we're dealing with the things that we're thinking about, the mind, how we process information. So there's a lot going on in the headspace right now around, what am I really doing here? I feel to leave, I need to escape, I need to get out of here, I need to leave, I need to exit this situation as soon as possible. And whoever it is pertaining to, for some of you, this is you, Capricorn. And there are people who are wanting to escape from you because of your quite harsh behavior. And then similarly, like I said, for some of you, as I said, obviously this is quite general, so it won't resonate with everybody, but for some of you, this is you feeling like you need to get out of this situation. You want to leave. You don't understand why you keep bumping heads, why things have to keep being like this. And then we've also got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles talks about looking at what's worked and what hasn't worked. So our Pentacles is, the things, our material world, physical, stability, home, finances, home finances, projects, anything to do with physical action, tangible, that is what this is around. So possibly there is a whole energy around looking at what's worked and what hasn't worked. So possibly communication around money, communication around how you'd like the home to be, or how, setting up boundaries and rules, how best to implement those things, what's worked and what hasn't. And when you look at how you've been doing something for some time and it hasn't worked, then you have to leave it out. Try something new. It's insane to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. It doesn't make any kind of sense. So in this way, you are looking at what works, what doesn't work, giving yourself a pat on the back for the things that you've seen, the changes that you're willing to make, the changes that you've already made, and be able to be open about that transition. We also have the Knight of Cups. So there's some type of offer of love here. And I feel like for some of you, you're not wanting to take this offer of love because of this pride. You're not willing to open up. You're not willing to allow somebody to feel that they have some type of power over you. Or for some of you, it's like you don't feel like they deserve to be let off the hook so easy. But you're coming in with this love offer about your, offering me your emotions and you're telling me about how you feel. For some of you don't want to hear how people feel. So this offer of love, or this offer of emotions, this offer of sharing is falling upon deaf ears, because at the moment your pride's up, your back's up. You can't receive it because you're in this space where you're in competition and you have to be having the last word and the harsh words. Be very mindful that if this is you expelling this kind of energy, you have to be very mindful about what it is that you are going to be receiving or what you're receiving. So don't be so upset if you are coming against opposition, because obviously nobody likes to feel like they're being dealt with quite harshly. And if this is you being dealt with quite harshly, speak up. Speak up, but not from a tit for tat, or not from a place of competition, but from a place of clarity. Wanting to allow people to understand where you're coming from. Because everybody's got a right to feel how they feel, but not to impose their will or that emotion on anybody else. Your emotions are there to help you decide what you're going to do next, not how to punish somebody or how to, bully someone into doing things the way you want to do them. It's not healthy. So for those that are going through that, I'm really sorry. I can feel that it's quite jarring, it's quite difficult. And if this is you dealing this out, you need to chill with that. Seriously, chill with that. And be open. So when I've asked the angels angel answer cards here. I was asking them, like, you know, what kind of advice would you give for this situation? We have be assertive. Be assertive with showing up in the way that you want to be received. Be assertive in the communication that you're having. You know, don't allow yourself to be muted by fear or worry or anxiety or doubt. Be assertive so that, you know, your views and your wants and your needs are being communicated. You know, we have romance. So for some of you, this offer of love that we had here with the Knight of Cups, for some of you, it's like, go ahead. Focus on that. Focus on the nice things that's going on. Don't just focus on what is not going well for you. Focus on what's really nice. And there is an offer of love. Somebody wants to share their, you know, their time, their love, their devotion with you. So romance is here. So instead of focusing on competition, you know, and arguing and, you know, trying to control the narrative, allow love to reign, allow love to soften you, allow love to, you know, distract you from what's not going right. Do you get what I mean? And just, you know, live a little, you know what I'm saying, full joy yourself. You know, everybody deserves to have some fun. Everybody deserves to feel wanted. Everybody deserves to feel taken care of, you know. And then we have communicate clearly. So there we go again with that one's energy. Speak up. Don't allow anybody to mute you, silence you. Speak your truth. Make your concerns, your wants, your needs, you know, make it be known. And don't feel like you can't have that, or you don't feel like you should be able to do that. Especially those who have been dealt with quite shabby. Don't allow the fear of being shut down by this energy. Competition, always going to have something to say, tit for tat, back and forth, back and forth. As long as you can articulate yourself in a very good way, clear way, then you can start backing away from the situation. You need not stay there and allow yourself to be bashed. But before you even leave the situation, or you take some time away and back away, that you make your feelings known, you know, and allow those to come to you to speak quite freely. Don't don't keep muting people, Capricorn. Be mindful of what you're doing, and be very mindful that this is a lot of emotional abuse. In a lot of ways, we don't realize how deep it is, you know, when we are punishing someone for not doing what it is that we want, when we're dealing with our adults. You know, we've got to be able to speak clearly about what we want, and there's got to be, you know, things that we can discuss, ways in which we can, you know, convey what it is that we want, communicate clearly. There's no need for us to be putting people on punishment or dealing with people quite harshly. So in closing, we have words of affirmation that will support you throughout this journey. We have life is a journey, travel at your own pace. So yeah, travel at your own pace. Don't be in any competition with anybody else. Everybody has their own role to play here, you know. And not everybody is meant to, you know, be the leader in the situation, or be the only boss, or be the only authority, or be... Do you get what I mean? Everyone's got their role to play. I notice signs and symbols around me guiding me on my path. So please check the signs. When you're seeing that there's distress happening, when you're not feeling great, or when you're being led to say or do something and you know that it's divinely led, look at that and start taking the actions, because you are being guided on how best to deal with a situation. I love me. So the more you love on yourself is the more you don't need to feel the need to manipulate the situation, to cause any pain or harm, and when you love yourself, you're not able, you're actually able to feel good enough not to allow anybody to mistreat you. And you're able to speak up for yourself and be assertive. I create the life that I want. Exactly. You don't need to take anything from anybody. You don't need to belittle anybody to have power. And if you have true power, then you don't need to try and take it from anybody else. And that's the kind of energy. So if you are being dealt with by somebody who is behaving like this, they probably don't feel in control. And it's less about you and more about them. And you can create the life that you want. You are in the driver's seat. So I'd say take your time, communicate clearly, take breaks, escape from the situation every now and again, even if that means you just need to go for a walk, leave the home. If you're able to actually travel and not be in the same space for a certain amount of time, I would say do that. Allow yourself some time, okay? All right, my lovely Capricorns, you take care. Be good now. And we'll see each other soon. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.